What's happening, YouTube? Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. They're not. We have two women dressed in fatigue tonight, and it's not SWV from 1996. It's Nita the Diva and it's Moochella. Can y'all please explain to the viewing public, why did y'all decide to wear some damn camouflage fatigue like we in Iraq?
Okay. We decided tonight to wear the camouflage for the simple fact is that we heard the spots you guys were on the spot last night. Don't be
scared, get your words out.
Let me get my words out. Hold on. We heard y'all on the spot, and Larry, you was in rare form last night. So we know we got to be prepared. So I had to put the green eyeshadow on, camouflage. Let's get busy. What's up?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got the sisters with voices down there. And up here, you got the fellas. You got the big homie, Jay Moore. And it was a miscommunication. He wasn't on the show last week. I sent a message to the wrong person. And then I started wondering, why was this female inboxing me? It's because I sent a message to her that's supposed to went to J-Mo. J-Mo, welcome back to the show, my brother.
Hey, glad to be back. And, try to make it, while the show on, I try to make it here every Monday. We'll see what's up.
That's no doubt. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know this guy. He is starting to become more than a living legend. He's becoming a living sensation on the internet. It's my homie, Big Larry. Big Larry, how you doing?
Good, man. Good, man. I'm ready to get it in with these two over her down there. Okay. They came up here with their little camouflage, thinking they're about to do something. You can't do nothing. First of all, y'all can't do nothing with us.
Well, first of all, Friday I was double teamed, so I had to come back.
What?
I got my reinforcement.
That sounds real provocative.
No, that don't sound
you
right.
Take it how you want it. You know what I'm talking about. Your mind is there.
Watch your language. Sounded provocative.
Wait a minute. Look, J-Mo just popped on the scene and Moochella don't hold back nothing. She's like, y'all sandwich me. Y'all
sandwiched me last. Look, I didn't even say that part. So how I bought it, I ain't take it to that level,
It was the meat between the bread.
Exactly.
Hey, she was involved in a threesome the same way everybody on the show about to get in a threesome.
And like I said, getting to that, didn't I say that was going to happen? Didn't I put that out there already?
You did. So people, we want to go ahead and get this show started because y'all know I'm on a clock and we've got some people that's got long wind on this channel tonight. And before we get going, let me shout out Sharon. No, I'm not talking about Moochella. Let me shout out Sharon Davis.
No, you're not.
No,
I might have to go for another few hours.
The two at the top.
Yeah, well,
shout out to Mo in the comments who said he showed up to hear what I had to say about Tiffany. I got all kinds of feelings about Tiffany.
Tell me about it. Tell me.
Lord, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep my feelings out of this, and I'll be acting as a moderator because these African Americans are on the clock, and I have to make sure that we can get the whole show in on the clock. So I'm gonna nicely ask y'all not to per se keep it short, but to keep it concise. Keep it concise, everybody, and let's get this show on the road because we got some heavy hitters in here, my people. So let's just start out with a video of what was part of an issue that was going down in the shop last night. Fellas and ladies, I think you guys will see what was the point in this particular clip because it's trouble. Let's take a look.
Jill let me work for that thing, You talking about Trig, girl? Man, she ain't bad. She a little bossy. That's about it. Our money, that ain't no girl. What? Man, that's a nigga in a dress. Hey, what? You heard me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ladies and gentlemen, the look on his face tells you everything you need to know that was going on in his mind. See, he probably done had a little wet dream about that woman, and now he done figured out it's probably not a woman. So now he's wondering, is he? Oh Lord, but I know, fellas, y'all gonna handle it. Nita and Moochie, y'all gonna handle it. So let's get this thing started from the beginning. And so
Nita
Larry,
she got too scared. She had to bounce.
No, she'll be back. She'll be back.
Now she coming back.
She'll be back. So Larry, I'm gonna come to you
back
first.
like the Terminator.
She'll be back.
So we start this show out with Kev and his mom talking. And basically, she's dropping that knowledge on Kev about how to stage out his life. And we also see Keisha still eating junk. And then they basically want to have a little lasagna dinner. But I'm thinking to myself, can you cook? Is your lasagna good? Do anybody really want to come to your lasagna? And then on the way out, we see her sweetie pie lie to her about where she's going. Larry, you get first dibs on the opening scene. Tell us what you thought. And J-Mo, we coming to you next.
You know, I am back left feeling like I'm so tired of them dealing with Kev this way. Like she's up there telling him, okay, here's the thing. If you do good between high school and college, you have a good life for the rest of your life. If you don't, you don't. It's like, what does that mean to a kid who's 14, 15 years old? You need to be more specific. You need to give him a roadmap. And that's one of those things. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are certain kids that no matter what you do, no matter where you put them in the world or in their life, they are going to exceed. They're going to succeed and excel. There are other kids that you need to give them a roadmap to success, and they will follow that roadmap and find themselves in a very good life. She needs to give this dude a roadmap. He has all the tools to be a very successful man. He seems to have some of the ambition to go there, but he's also dealing with all the trauma that's constantly surrounding him, and he's constantly having to deal with. She needs to not write out a piece of paper and say, if you do this, you do this. What does that mean? And they don't ever they don't give him anything. They throw freaking platitudes at him and then get mad when he doesn't do right, when he doesn't live up to their expectations, but they're too busy living their own damn lives to raise their children. Okay. You know? And let's not forget this. I mean, I'm not blaming them for what happened to Keisha, but let's be real. They were too, but the mom and her wife were too damn busy running the streets partying to notice that Keisha had snuck out the damn house. And that's why she got kidnapped. If they were raising their kids probably wouldn't be so effed up. Okay.
Oh man. Oh Lord. J-Mo, man. I thought we talked about the internet, my brother. Lord, J-Mo. Oh Lord. Okay, so we're gonna get J-Mo when he come back, my people. Stay tuned. If you came to see J-Mo, he will be back. So now Moochella, opening scene is on you. Thoughts, feelings.
Okay, I feel like he had a rebuttal for everything she was saying, like being a wise guy.
Because he's a kid.
And she should have nipped that in the butt right away. Because my son knows when I'm talking, we're not going to do all that back and forth. But when he said the last comment about Mark Zuckerberg, she should have let him know, because this is how you got to tell your kid, to me, when they're a black child. You cannot do the same as them. You have to be twice as better. And she's been telling him that. And even not for nothing, the Jimmy said that we have to be twice as better. So he should know. I know he's going through what happened with the police brutality, and I feel like she is not touching on the right issue.
Okay.
To me, she hasn't addressed that issue right.
Mm-hmm. She hasn't addressed it at all. The only person in that family that said anything about it is Keisha.
She tried to talk to him in the beginning when he put his head on her chest, and she was like, "You want to talk about it?" He was like, "No," and then they never revisited that. And I feel like
they haven't dealt with it at all.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you don't want to talk about it. Okay.
Nita, you're on mute.
Yeah, you're on mute, Nita.
Oh, I was just saying that Kevin has a big problem with opening up, and Larry, don't nobody have the tools. There's no rule book when you're parenting. You try to do your best. What is this roadmap are you talking about? Hold on, let me finish my thought. But she's trying to encourage him. She's trying to inspire him. She's trying to motivate him. She opened up, asked him, do you want to talk about it? If you keep stonewalling me, what do you think she's supposed to do? She's not supposed to live her life anymore or something? Like, I'm not understanding, what are you talking about? She's having meals, having the kids sit. What family sitting all around the table having meals together? I'm just at a loss, like what you're talking about.
I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Is that when I talk about having a roadmap, when all they tell you is if you do good between high school and college, you'll have a good life, figure it out. That's not what you tell a 14-year-old kid. Your job is to help them figure it out. When you start talking about having a roadmap, if you ask your kid, what would you like to be when you grow up? If he says, oh, I want to be a ball player, or I want to be a rapper or something else, then you ask him, do you honestly believe you're good enough to be a ball player or a rapper, or is it that you want to be around that lifestyle and you want to make money and you start asking questions around the peripheral? And if they get to the point where they say, well, you know what, I think about it, I'm 5'9", I'm probably never going to make it and be a pro ball player, then you start talking to them about other things they can do. Maybe they can be a physical therapist and work with the ball players. Maybe they can become a coach. Maybe they can become an entertainment lawyer so that they can work with ball players. That's where you start helping them develop a roadmap so that they can have some purpose and reason and direction in their life. You don't just say do good between high school and college and you'll have a good life. That doesn't mean jack diddly to kids. Nothing.
Okay. And at the end of the day,
what they want to do, half their life is gone.
This was just a breakfast conversation to try to get him to get his mind right for school. So she's trying to tell him, like you said, he has the tools. As a 14-year-old boy, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go to school. Now, when we talk about plans for the future, then we can talk about that. But it's like any chance you get, you're trying to pick apart Nina, and all I'm doing is seeing her be there for her kid.
She hasn't been there for Kevin. She wasn't even there for Keisha.
Okay, we gotta let J Mo get in. We gotta let J Mo get in now. I'll let y'all jab it out for a little while, but not
They're
to the
horrible
length that we normally do it. Go ahead, J Mo. What did you think about the opening scene?
All right, I think the opening scene, for one, with this paper, or are you talking about at the bar?
No. This part right here. All
right. With this paper, she means well, but she's not actually giving him the proper direction that she thinks she's given. You know, a child, like I got a young boy, my son just turned 17. Kids don't have the vision to see ahead that far. So like Larry say, they may say one thing, but you need to like break it down for them to see certain things. You need to explain it a little better. You can't just leave it up to them. And my son, as smart as he is, he's still a kid. You know what I mean? He make childish mistakes sometimes. So as a parent, it's your job to like guide them a little bit better. And this paper written out with this lines and stuff, I thought that was stupid. Like, that was unnecessary. Why write this with the age and the line? You could have just had a regular conversation and said, look, if you get it together at this age, it makes your life a little easier here. Like Larry say, she could have got a little more detail. What you trying to do? Okay, if that's what you're trying to do and that's where you want to be, let's see how we could get you there one way or another. Like I tell my son, he wants to do other things, but like I told him, well, in order to do that, you're going to need money, this, that, and the other. How about we get into something else that I can help you with, real estate or something? You young, then by the time you make money, now you got money at 21 or whatever, you could do whatever you want to do. Because, you know, in life, it's like a sandwich. The bread come first. You got to make that bread first. So you make that bread first, then you can go into other things. So I'll like try to help him with the blueprint, do other things, and I'll help him. Like I got a head start in life because I'm his father already, of course, like most parents. So like I use my knowledge or my good credit or my ideas to help him reach his ideas and his goals. You know, I don't just say, figure it out, it'll be easier for you. I got to, like, you got to hold their hand. Like, that's your job as a parent. It's not like you doing it for Joe Blow in front of the liquor store or something. Like, that's your blood. That's your seed. That's who you do hold their hand and walk them through.
He don't even accept encouragement.
You know, that's all.
Oh, you guys keep wanting to put all the responsibility on a 14-year-old child. That is her responsibility to get him to a place that he can't accept it. And if you can't, and if you are not equipped to do it, then you find somebody who can. Let's take Lamont, for instance. Lamont was raised by his grandmother primarily. from my understanding, his grandmother was not the most astute businesswoman that was out there, but instead what he did was find mentors that guided him to teach him about business so that he could become successful. His grandmother didn't give up on him. She simply said, I recognize where my strengths are and I recognize where my shortcomings are. And so I'm going to send you to someone else that can pick up where I drop off. That is what people do. That's what people do at every single income level. If you look at somebody who's extraordinarily rich, who's a CEO of a company, and they're doing electronics, they're not going to send their kid. They're not going to try and help their kid with everything. If their kid wants to do art, they're going to find somebody who does art and send them their kid over there to be mentored. That's what you do. And people love helping kids. You take a 14-year-old kid and you say, can you help my kid? You could find, I bet you could probably send him to Mark Zuckerberg, and Mark Zuckerberg would be ecstatic to help a kid because people love helping damn kids.
Well, we're gonna leave this. And my thoughts on this paper
as a parent, you should delegate.
I felt like her intent was good, and allowing him to understand that the choices you make now affect you later on in life. I felt like all that was fine. But I do feel like she needed to have followed up with a little more, and maybe she doesn't know to do that.
Maybe she will.
That was lazy ass bullshit. That's laziness. That's one of the lazy things where people turn around and say, well, I did everything I could for him. I told him that's what he needed to do. All you did was tell him if you do good in high school and college, you'll have a good life. If you don't, you won't. Duh. Okay. Maybe that's the best you can do. Then you probably need to give it to somebody else.
That might be the extent of what she knew. Right. Because in your example,
she needs to pass them off to somebody else. She's not.
I wouldn't say that either. I ain't gonna say that either because my grandma.
Not every person has the opportunity to go to college. Maybe she was one of them that didn't have that. So, but she's telling him what could be easy.
Right. Maybe and the example Larry used with my grandma didn't even give me this. To be honest with you, all my grandma said was don't commit crimes. Don't ruin your credit. And that was all I got. I had to seek all this other stuff I wanted from other people in the community. I ain't never
seen that before either, though.
I've seen parents do this. I've seen parents tell their child, look, the things you do right now between 17 to 30 are going to shape your life for better or for worse. And I've seen some parents that try to teach their kids financial management very early to let them know that if you want to be a millionaire the hardcore way by saving and investing, you start when you're 21 and everything you can save then multiplies itself by the time you're ready to retire. I've seen parents do that. I've been in these mentor groups where that happens. I just feel like maybe
I just never seen it on that paper like that.
Okay, yeah, well, it is.
Somebody said I'm fucking saying it's easier to pass them off. It's easier.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you dump your kid off and you let somebody adopt your kid. What I'm saying is you pass them off to somebody who can help them where you can't. If you don't know how to get your kid in college, if you don't know how to get them to where they need to be, then you get somebody who does know that. And you then say, can you help my child? Because I don't have the skill set to help them.
Okay. All right.
I like what CJ said. You hold their hand so they learn not to need it. And T. Taylor say he need a father. Yeah, like I teach my son how to be independent and how to think as an owner and not as a consumer all the time, and how to look at things a certain way. But I gotta hold his hand to it. But as he's getting older, as less and less I have to do, because you can't be there for your kid forever. The only thing you can do is teach them how to do it on their own and how to operate in this world, you know, the best way possible. You know what I mean? Nobody could be there at every moment for their kid and do stuff, you know?
I'll tell you this. I hope Kev and Gemma hurry up and break up, because I think that Kevin's better off with Gemma's dad as a mentor than with with her dad as Gemma's his girlfriend's dad. I think he's better off with Gemma's dad as his mentor.
And well, speaking of which,
he need to get away from Perry though.
We're talking about Jake now. And Moochie, you get this one first. So Jake was in here with Trig and old Jason Weaver, Lord Jason. And now when I say old, I literally mean old ass looking Jason Weaver. That dude is younger than all of us, and dude look like he 2 steps from retirement. he's in there tripping, telling Jake, you know, you smashed the white woman, but you married a black sister. And I know some people probably found that to be fine. But at the end of the day, they got into an argument. And we can already see Jason Weaver is causing issues in the house. And Jake started talking back to Trig. Jake went in the room and said, Trig, this ain't your house, this Reg's house. And you know what happened? He made the grown man come out. Grown man ran to that room like a grown-ass lion and said something. Moochie, break down this scene for the people.
I feel like Shad is going to cause a lot of problems. That's Jason Weaver's character. Shad, he's going to cause a lot of problems because he's already a freeloader. He doesn't want to. He feels like he doesn't have to work because he feels like Trig owes him.
Moochie, he a freeloader.
Yeah, he's a freeloader.
He just got out of jail.
I don't give a damn. You're supposed to get a job when you get out of jail on the books. You know that girl is not paying him on the books because that's some in-house beauty parlor.
Okay.
So now, let's say he might be out less than a month now. This is maybe like a week or two, and then you kind of, to me, you like a bad influence on Jake, but you know Jake got his head on right with school because he's still going. But that mouth with Jake, yeah, he should have got at him like that. He had to let him know who's in charge, even though this was Reg's house, but I'm here now.
Okay, Nita the Diva. Thoughts on this scene with Jake, Trig, and the freeloader, as Moochie called it, the leech. God, nobody.
He is a freeloader.
All I can say is that I did not like
no freeloader.
His energy
he's a freeloader.
All the way off.
You didn't like his what?
I didn't like his energy. His energy was all the way off, and it felt like it kind of transferred to Jake because you remember just in the last episode they was talking about they love each other. Now this nigga, you know, he's there having a bad influence on him, transferring the energy, and then he started tapping back into that toxic masculinity again. So then, I just think Trig might have woke up on the wrong side of the bed because he did kind of have like a bug up his ass. I don't know what was going on, but he was going off on everybody. Everybody wanted to smoke. Everybody got to smoke.
All right, J Mo, your thoughts on this scene
right here? I don't know if it was a bug up there. All right, for one, I don't know if it was a bug up there, girl. But anyway, so I don't think that he's a freeloader. This man went to jail for you. He does owe him because he didn't have to take that bid. We don't know the details of it, but from what we know, Trig feels like he owes him because he went to jail for him. So if he didn't do that, Trig would have been in jail and his life would have been different. So he wouldn't have been there for his brother. He wouldn't have been there, whatever he's doing now, trying to, you know, lead the bag lady coalition and all that. That wouldn't be happening right now. And so he ain't a freeloader. And people say he living rent free. He can't clean up. He can clean up. So now because I'm staying with you, I got to be your maid. Like, dude, you owe me. I'm not staying with you because, you know, I need a favor from you. You repaying the favor I did for you. The least you could do is give me a place to stay till I get back on my feet.
Okay.
Like.
Okay. Uh-oh.
What? He gave him a whole lot of money when he got out of jail in a party. He should have gave him money for rent for apartment and everything and be like, here you go. Have a nice life. Like I'm not even in that. I'm not even in the streets like that. So I don't know what you getting back into because it seemed like he's trying to hit the ground running. Like he about to get mixed up with Nuck. It looked like. But that's
then I would really have a problem with Trig because, like, I would really have a problem with him if he didn't have nothing for me and I just got out after doing the bid for you. Talking about you ain't in the store. I don't give a damn what you're doing. So you need to have some money. He ain't tell.
If you really want to go there, he probably
sleeping
took
on the
care of
couch
him
at
while he
Red's
was locked
house, and
down
you treating
too,
him like an
putting money
Hebrew
on his
slave,
books and all
yelling
of
at
that.
him like.
Okay, Larry, jump on in here, brother. Any thoughts on this?
I'm just going off of what we know. I ain't no assumption.
Yeah, I said this before. I don't understand why he let that man in his house, or any man in his house for that matter. I mean, when he got out and he picked him up from jail, he tossed him a big fat knot of money. I don't understand. Why did you not take that money and go put a down payment on an apartment? I mean, it had to be a couple of G right there. He could have went and got that dude a little 1-bedroom apartment for $1,000 a month. First and last would have cost him $2,000, and he could have paid his rent for a few months and been like, "Yo, you got 6 months here rent free. All you gotta do is get your stuff and get your life in order. Go get a squared up job, since you have to have one because your parole officer is going to require it, and make sure you just have enough to pay your bills. All you have to do is just move forward. You don't have to wait and save up. All you have to do is just move forward.
Yeah,
and that way you would have had your boy feeling like he was taken care of. He would have felt like you really squared him away and got him, not just had him on your couch, but you were really helping him get his life back. You could have bought him a little hoopty for a couple of grand. He could have squared him away for not very much money at all. And his boy would have probably felt like he was really doing something for him. All right. Now he's got him up in the house messing Jake's head up.
So I'm going to go to jail for you, and you're going to give me a hoopty.
Yeah,
I don't know about all that, but I ain't gonna go to jail for you and take no damn felony to get out and get a hoopty and a couple months.
Well, it's not like Trig didn't go to jail too. He was in jail too. He just took the largest.
It's not easy to get a job as a convicted felon.
Right. So what are you saying? You would rather get out and have your man than put you up on a couch instead of having your own place?
Remember, he was in jail too. So I wish they would explain the backstory.
Good enough either, though.
Well, we're gonna pin it right there.
Right. It don't matter if I got my own place if I can't get a job and I'm gonna lose it.
I don't understand why. I
may lose it. So you give him an apartment.
Comment saying, "Jay, you need to get your internet fixed, bro."
Well, we're gonna let y'all speak one at a time going forward.
I just don't understand why people are pushing back on this idea of setting this man up with his own spot. I mean, it's like somebody in the comments saying I must be on some BS that's not how that I don't know how convicts and people are in jail. You're right. I'm not a convict. I've never been to prison. I don't know that. I don't know that life. But what I am saying is that if I was in a situation where I needed someone to set me up. If I was in a situation where I need someone to set me up, I would much rather that person set me up with my own place and my own stuff than to be sleeping on their couch feeling like I'm invading their space.
Okay. Well, that's it for that, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that he about to be set up on his own space. He about to be set up in his own space real soon because he's hanging out with the wrong crew.
And I'm never bringing a grown-ass man in my house with my wife. It's not going to happen. Never.
Not even your brother?
My brother's different. My brother's family.
Well, I'm assuming that this guy was family to Trig, but when you fresh out the pen, I'm like you. He gave that man a knot, so we'll leave it there. Nita, this is for you. This is for you, Nita.
Oh, yeah.
So she came back home. The cat came back the very next day. And not only did she come home, she came home and she told Emmett, look, I smashed Dante's Inferno from the video game. I smashed him. Now what? Then she went quiet. What was you feeling when this bomb was dropped on Emmett? I can't wait to hear this. As a matter of fact, let me look at your face when you say this.
I said good on him. Good on him. She ain't lie. All she did was go out there. She was mad foul for jumping out of one bed going into another, or at least wash your ass. But at the same time, I don't feel sorry for Emmett. I don't. I don't. Because at the end of the day, yes, he's trying to make a change, but it does not erase the fact that he's hurt her over and over and over and over again. But the thing is that she never should have accepted his marriage proposal. When the bar is on the floor with your man, he's not going to pick it up most times. But Emmett tried. He tried to pick it up, but it was just the straw that broke the camel's back. And you can't hurt somebody and tell somebody how they hurt or how bad to hurt. You cannot do that. Men can have sex and there's no malice intent, but it does hurt the woman. When she finds out, it hurts her to her core. And multiple times, I'm tired of this shit. She was just like this. I don't get mad no more. That shit just make me tired. That's girl, and then make you get wrinkles and all that stuff. Drop a nigga.
Okay. J-Mo, your thoughts on Tiff coming home telling Emmett the whole deal? And not only did she tell him, J-Mo, but she gave vivid details. She said he made me come multiple times.
She was having it, twisting the knife.
Yeah, she was twisting the knife.
I love it.
And Nita's over there just reveling in it. Like,
marinated the fish.
Yeah, Nita act like she done been hurt a couple of times. I mean, damn, there's some good brothers out here. My goodness.
Not at all. Not at all. I protect my energy. I protect my energy.
Which that's what Tiff should have done. The thing you said right was Tiff should have never agreed to marry that boy. Because in Emmett's mind, he decided that marriage is where I'm going to start fresh. But J-Mo, it's on you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Lord.
He was taking it like scrub. And at least let's make sure and leave nothing in there so we be wondering who baby it is if you pregnant. What? That's the last thing we need to be worrying about. Like she cut him deep. He was dumb for telling her what he told her, especially when he told her, especially since it ain't like he got an ongoing relationship. He should have just moved on and forgot about it and let bygones be bygones. There's no way he could have told her that he's sleeping with Dom and she gonna like sit and listen to him and be like, okay, I understand. He didn't, like Nita said, and he didn't broke her heart too many times. It was no way that was gonna end well for him.
Okay.
It was an ongoing affair. Yeah, he's wrong. He shouldn't have actually proposed to her without coming clean in the first place. But he keep making one mistake after another, and that's the problem. He and then he's sitting here talking about some, I hope we don't have to be figuring out who the baby daddy is. What? Nah, man. He sounded like a cook, man. He sounded like a cook, man. And
Larry,
I wouldn't have been sitting there waiting for her. I'd have had her bags at the door or something.
Oh, wow. Larry, it's on you. Hold the fort down while I step away for a quick second. A quick second, man. Hold it down.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say that what she did was just flat out wrong. And she was wrong on multiple levels. And one of the reasons why she was so wrong is because what she did was just she intended to inflict pain on Emmett. Emmett is as dirty as he's been in the past. Emmett has never gone out there and tried to hurt Tiff or any of the other women that he's been with.
Right.
He's gone out there and slept with other women, and sometimes he's tried to hide it because he wanted to protect them. Sometimes he was trying to hide it because he wanted to get away with it, but he never tried to hurt them. And what she did, she went out there and intentionally tried to hurt this man because she was upset. And then when she came home, she went out there and tried to hurt him again because he asked her what was a very legitimate question about, did you use protection because we don't need to have you pregnant, and then wonder whose kid it is. And then she had to go and try and give him extra. Oh yeah, I came twice and he came twice. And she tried to hurt him. And so that's what makes it worse. It's not so much, I mean, it is bad that she cheated, but it's not just bad that she cheated. It's bad that she was cheating in an attempt to cause him emotional damage. That, for me, that would have been it for me. At that point, I would have been like, there is no redemption for you in this relationship at that point. It's one thing if you get caught up in your emotions or in your own sexuality and you get caught out there and just cheat. That's one thing. But you already knew it, because she didn't get mad at Emmett and run to her mama's house and say, Mom, he cheated. I need to talk to somebody. She ran straight to this other man's bed, and then she came back home with the intent on hurting her husband. And let's not forget, Emmett has never violated their marriage. Emmett is innocent in their marriage because he has been faithful to her in their marriage. She went out there and defiled their marriage, and there is nothing that you can do that's going to compare a marriage and a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. There just isn't. Marriage is sacred, and she defiled that sacred bond.
Okay. I got back just in time.
Okay, can I talk now?
Yes, you can talk, Moochella.
All right, now let me just elaborate on, I'm going to go from with Dante. Dante already had her mind. Because he was just basically, how you say, warming it up and getting it ready. Saying all the right things that she wanted to hear. He been warming her up from last season, so he got in her head. Now, I'm mad at the writing with this because the way they had Emmett blurted out, because he never said it was before they got married. And I feel like that was poor writing on their part because they don't do the communication right.
Keep saying that like it's an excuse.
But I'm not saying it's an excuse, Larry. Let me finish my point. I'll let you talk, and I kept my mouth closed the whole time where I was holding my lips. Like that, yeah. Now,
don't mess with the army fatigue hats. That's all I can say.
Look, put up the guns, Nita.
Thank you, Randall.
Throw up your hands because that's how you are.
Thank you, Randall.
We just got a huge super chat from Randall Sparks, who had
that is not validation. I don't know what is.
He said, "Thank you, Larry. I agree for 1999." And this ain't.
I'm gonna give you the Nancy Pelosi clap.
All right, go ahead, Mooch.
Now I still feel like he's been cheating through their whole relationship, and she is tired. And like I said, hurt people. She is really hurt, and it's to the point now. She's done all of this before, when she's gone to people after he's cheated, and they are too young to be married. I agree, but he gotta be on the receiving end and feel how she feels, and maybe they could work things out. But I don't know. I don't want to go. I'm not gonna go too far ahead. I'm gonna just leave it right there.
Okay.
Here's the thing, though. Dante.
No, we're gonna leave, Larry. We're gonna leave it right there.
Hold on.
Yeah, there you go. You had enough time to talk, and nobody
This is an important point to bring up about this relationship. Is that she's so caught up in Dante that she's asking for an open relationship. Dante doesn't want her like that, and he never will, because dudes know this chick cheated on her husband to be with me. She is a hoe, and after I'm done playing with her, I'm gonna leave her alone because I don't want to be with a woman like that. Because if she will cheat on her husband, she will cheat on me.
Lined up, Larry. Don't worry about that. We ain't worrying about Dante. She got him lined up.
We'll see.
Right. Okay. So she could be. Yes, we all know women could be out in the street hoeing all you want because dudes.
But she's a hoe. But if he did it, he's the man.
It's not a big deal for a woman to go out there and get it.
You got double standards with things with men and women. You got double standards with men. I never stepped outside of my marriage, but my marriage ended because they stepped outside. But you, it's a double standard with you.
How is it a double standard?
Because you when
well, it's about how men think about cheating.
You wasn't this. You didn't have this much animosity with Angela and Ghost. You got a lot of animosity with this, and I'm just gonna leave it right there. I'm not going to go off on a tangent with power.
I said all the time that he needed to stop that stuff. I loved
but you wasn't like like talking real reckless with this. With that,
as much
a different type of vibe than this.
As much as I enjoy hearing all y'all speak up, we have to go. And this was lovely, but we're gonna keep this ship going. I'm gonna unmute all y'all, and we're gonna keep the ship moving to the next scene. But it was lovely debate, but we're gonna move on. Now, J-Mo, this one coming to you first. We got Duda, who is now in a tizzy because the police done said they ain't fooling with these black folks and being cops. So he brings in Tracy, who he's about to pay her $5 million. So I'm assuming part of defunding the police, he's giving her $5 million to put in. I don't know what it is they about to put in. They about to put in some kind of a neighborhood watch that's on guns, something to that effect. So J-Mo, talk about this scene when he establishes this cabal with Tracy. Oh boy.
Man,
J-Mo.
for one, this don't make no sense at all in the world to me. No sense at all in the world. Yeah, the police got issues and it's hard, but the police serve a purpose, okay? And I wouldn't want to live in no city without no police, especially if we got to deal with the police. Got almost a $2 billion budget, but they can give her $5 million and they gonna fix it. And she gonna put together the Bag Lady Coalition, Auntie. They gonna fill out the little application with their special skills. And and then go and solve crimes. Talking about, so what we gonna do? Just pull up? No. So what if they committing a crime? What you gonna tell them? Walking off? Like, they need to be able to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, people who are committing crimes, beating on their wife, need to be taken away. You can't tell them to walk it off. And they talking about the police is killing people. Well, what happened? Trig got stole on, and Big Mike about to kill a nigga on the very first call. He worse than the cops. He about to be 1-to-1 on murder on calls. One call, one murder. Who's next? Like, what?
Okay.
Talk about we gonna do.
I'm about to come to you, Big Larry. But first, Moochie, you have someone that is supporting the things you say. T. Taylor said for $4.99, might I add, Larry made more than you did. But for $4.99,
here you go.
He likes what you had to say. But I mean, I'm just giving T. Taylor that respect.
Men always make more.
Oh, okay. That's how it is.
What men do is command more.
Ooh, that's true.
You gonna go there?
True. That's true.
Not
Larry,
know your worth.
It's on you, Larry.
Know your worth.
Not exactly.
I know my worth.
Always.
So, when I look at this, I think to me, I think it's just more of that Lena Waithe bullshittery of misinformation and really frustrating because people have been, when they talk about defund the police, people are up there trying to explain to people that defund the police does not mean get rid of the police department. It does not mean stop funding the police department. It means to reallocate funds away from certain things so that police officers don't have to go make mental health calls. Instead, you can have mental health professionals do that. But when Lena Waithe puts out stuff like this, where they basically say, we're going to defund the police, and then they just basically tell the police to stay out of the south side of Chicago, it makes people believe that that's what is the meaning of defund the police, is to get rid of the police. And it's absolutely irresponsible.
Right.
People watch this and think this is what they mean in real life. People take their cues.
Right.
Take their cues from TV and from movies. I just don't understand why she would put out something so ridiculously irresponsible.
So, Larry, you felt like she could have used this as
and
an
they don't have a
opportunity.
plan. They don't have a plan. What the hell are they doing?
Hold on, J-Mo. You felt like she could have used this as an opportunity to script what we should be doing policy-wise in terms of defunding the police.
Absolutely. She had a perfect opportunity to get in there and really talk about it, to discuss it, and really help people understand what it is. They could have written in where they actually had mental health professionals. Like, they could have had a marriage and family counselor go to that scene where you sent Trig and Big Mike. You could have had a family counselor go to that scenario and show what it could look like, how it could really help. And instead, you had a couple of freaking thugs and murderers show up there pulling guns on people.
Okay.
I mean, it's just wholly irresponsible. She sometimes the stuff that she does, sometimes I think when I see the people talk about stop, lean away, sometimes the stuff she does is so fucking reckless and dangerous to the Black community. Sometimes I'm inclined to agree with them. I don't want to be that way because I want to support all of our Black creators, but sometimes people are so irresponsible with their power and their influence that they don't need to have it.
Okay. All right. Moochie, back to you.
Okay, I feel like he sprung this on her with the $5 million. And
somebody sprung, all right.
I think you gotta keep in mind, Judah's a gangster.
Yeah.
So he know how to do stuff with money. So we don't know what his original plan is with this. He might be going with this defund the police thing, but he might be using that to perform another thing. So I'm just putting that out there, so that way we don't know if he's gonna be, because you gotta remember he got the illegal money coming in and stuff like that. So now he could probably do more stuff with his other enterprise since he got Trig running it.
Gotcha. All right, Nita the Diva, you finish this one out.
Okay, so first of all, I want to let y'all know that I agree with Larry. I agree. I agree that Lena is wasting her influence. Now,
my feet are cold. Hell must have froze over.
Now, not to say that she won't do this in the future, but the thing is about Larry, when he's in his thought process, these people are just basically street people trying to get it out the mud. They don't know what the hell they are doing. This is not their playground, and they're gonna find out real quick that that's not how it's gonna. They're gonna have to find another way. So, like I said, you're not gonna start and just be no superhero off the bat. You have to learn. You have to have character development. Things happen, and then maybe they will start to say, "Well, look, we can't do this. Like, we tried." Sometimes the Black community is too far gone. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it may happen. And $5 million. Did you see why she took that nightcap? She had to seal the deal. Okay, I got my shoes on.
What in the world? Yeah, you know what?
I hate to do this. Horse and you ride.
I'm about to give her the horse, ladies and gentlemen. Damn it, she jumped on the horse. So damn it, she's gonna get the horse played. Nita, this is for you.
No, sir. You want a boot heel in it? No, sir. Flash that bad look at me again. I'll give you a reason not to like me. Now move, nigga.
Get off that horse, Nita. You know we about to get there.
Sorry.
All right, Larry, you're gonna be leading this one off, my brother. We back to you for round number 2. And what do we have here? Boy, I'm almost scared to ask you this. How is this gonna end for Dre? Dre lied to Nina about where she was going, and I don't understand why she lied. She's here with Emmett's mama because Emmett's mama's got that lump on her breast. Why did Dre just not tell Nina the truth? And she even said in this scene, I can't keep lying to Nina. Larry, what was the point in everybody deceiving people on this show? The communication is horrible.
Yeah, this to me doesn't make any sense at all. It's like you want to, I mean, they're all friends.
Right.
And I understand that you maybe want to have your friend go with you, but you don't want everybody to know. But here's one thing. If you, and this is just for me, if you don't want if you don't want your friend to know, then don't tell their wife. Like I tell people, if you don't want my wife to know something, don't tell me, because I'm not going to keep a secret from she. If somebody says, "Hey man, I need to keep this secret," okay, don't tell me then. You know, like I'm not going to go tell the rest of the world. But if my wife comes and asks me, "Hey, did so and so do this?" I'm not going to sit there and look at my wife in the face and lie to her, or go sneak off into the other room to make private secret phone calls. I mean, just not going to do it.
Right.
I feel.
So I mean, either be okay with everyone in that marriage knowing, or don't do it. Go by yourself. Go with your man. Call your son who's trying to get more involved in your life. as someone else.
Okay. Moochie, how do you feel about that? And I do need to respond to someone who I guess they think they're very intelligent. She lied because she was told to. Well, damn it, she ain't married to Emmett's mama unless she's trying to secretly hit on her on the low, and Lena ain't displayed that yet. At the end of the day, I'm supporting what Larry said. If you tell me something, Crystal know it too. But I digress. Moochie.
Okay, she lied because she didn't want her to tell her daughter, and she tell Emmett. So let's get the whole reason why out there. Even though I'm not agreeing with what she did, I still feel like she should have told Nina what's going on and asked her not to say anything to Keisha. Because once Keisha know, Emmett's gonna know. And right now, this was before. I don't want to go ahead, but this was what they would. This is what they were going with right now. Because she's not ready for Emmett to know.
Okay, I'm with that. Nita Boo, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I thought the lying was unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
It was really unnecessary, and I feel like they're just contriving the story to make drama. That's all. Like they don't really have nowhere to go with that with Dre, and so I guess to create some more drama, that's where they're going with it. But it does not make any sense if they're all mutual friends that they cannot tell each other this thing and just say, let's keep it under wraps. I think people do not have a problem with keeping your medical history and things that can affect you in that manner a secret. And I just didn't understand it. And like I said, it's just contrived.
Gotcha. J-Mo,
I'm gonna have to
finish it
agree
off.
with Nita on that one.
Oh,
because I think it's all contrived. I think they don't have a storyline for Nita and her wife, and they're trying to make up some BS thing that's going to cause some drama between Jada and
Larry,
Nita.
hold up, Larry. Let J-Mo jump on in there. Jump on in there, J-Mo. You finish it on up. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I'm not married. I wouldn't hide nothing like that and be making a possible situation where my wife think I'm cheating or I'm lying over taking my friend to the doctor. Like, Nita, grown ass woman, she got to report everything that's happening to her and her friends to Keisha. Like, no, she a grown ass woman. Though. Dre should have been able to tell her, hey, this is what Jada going through. Yeah, so like I don't understand this. Like I think like I agree with pretty much everybody what they saying. This is unnecessary drama made up for whatever reason. Interesting or whatever, but it's gonna cause a rift between Nina and Dre that wasn't necessary. And like I wouldn't be sneaking and hiding in the other room to talk about taking somebody to a doctor's appointment and now lying to my wife about that. That's crazy. It's unnecessary. So I don't know what's up. She could sit there. Jada don't want to tell Emmett that bad, but she could sit there and screw his classmate. But then at the same time have jokes about Darnell keeping it in the family. You keeping it in the same high school. You keeping it in the same homeroom.
Hey, I won't go to go there.
I don't understand it, but you can't tell him you got, tickle bitty trouble.
Look,
I understand what you're saying, but she did it because she knew that she couldn't hold water. They already said she's gonna tell Keisha. I feel like she should have told her with a disclaimer. Look, you can't tell Keisha. They blowing it out of proportion to make drama.
Here's the funny thing.
I agree with Larry. I agree with Larry, and I agree with Nita. Okay.
Here's the funny thing that the character, the butch lesbian character that supposedly represents Lena Waithe, has nothing to say, has no storyline, and has nothing meaningful to say in this show, which is just ironic and kind of hilarious.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Let's see here, Mooch. This was on you, so now we coming to you, Nita, and Nita, you on mute, by the way.
Okay, this is on me, you said?
No, it's Nita.
Okay.
Next scene, we got Emmett in the restaurant getting ready to cook up the food. He's in there early as hell. He lets Dom and that plastic butt she has, more plastic than Rubbermaid. She makes Dom aware that he told Tiff. How did you feel about this scene, Nita Boo?
It just basically speaks to Emmett's entitlement. His entitlement problems. We've seen it's been on display all this episode. He felt entitled to hurt Tiffany over and over and over again, and expect for her to walk back in the door with her her tail tucked between her legs and just roll over and let him do it. Then this confrontation, he got into it with Dom, and Dom was like, yeah, Tiffany cool. Like, I want a relationship with her. He was like, well, you don't even care about me. What the fuck I need to care about you for, nigga? I don't care about you. That fuck is what it was, and that's just what it was. And she compartmentalized that fuck for what it was. And she not. Why am I worrying about you? I know I'm not worrying about you. I'm worrying about me and my friendship with Tiffany.
Okay.
So, I ain't got no problem.
Okay. J-Mo, I'm coming your way, but somebody sent you a GoFundMe via me. T. Taylor sent you $2.99, and I don't know, T. Taylor, I don't know where you're going to get quality internet from at $2.99. I mean, you might get $2.99 per one millibyte or something, but I don't know where you're going to get quality internet at $2.99. You might want to turn that to $199.
That's just part of the GoFundMe.
Right.
That's part of the GoFundMe. So let's just get it kicked off.
Right.
All right, so you, J-Mo.
She paid that $2.99 because she's been trying to get people to laugh at her joke, and ain't nobody laughed yet. So she figured if she paid to get it highlighted, maybe somebody may notice.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, I will say this. I said, don't try and come for a comedian.
Why don't you, join the next time, T. Taylor?
Just don't try and come for a comedian. It's not worth it. You'll get clowned.
All right, J-Mo, what'd you think about him telling Dom that he done told Tiff and her response?
Uh-oh. I think his Wi-Fi cut out on him.
Okay, we'll come back to him. Larry, what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where I was thinking to myself, like, it's funny because she was asking him, why did you tell her? And he was like, the same reason you told my dad, And then, but part of me is like, why are you, like, I get it that she likes Tiff and she wants to be friends with Tiff, but let's be real, she only knows Tiff because of Emmett and their business relationship. And really what she should be focused on is protecting her business relationship. Like, they have a partnership in the respect that she's a cook for him, but that's his restaurant. That's his place. It's his name on the lease. And if things don't fall out, if things don't go well and they fall out, he can get a new cook. I mean, that's just what it is. And so she needs to protect that relationship.
Well, I didn't think you was going there, but Jay Moore, we got you back. What did you think about this exchange with Emmett and Dom? Oh,
I think that was stupid. Another bad decision from Emmett. Even Dom said, why you do that? And he just causing one problem after another. And if Dom leave, he ain't got no restaurant. Because pretty much she the star of the show as far as his restaurant. It's her food. It's her, everything. And if she leave, he out of business. So he lucky that he took it with a grain of salt. Huh?
He'll find someone new, just like he found her. I mean, some people say people are survivors. I like to say that Emmett is a thriver because he not only survives, but he thrives. Because when it came down to it, he took what was Jason's old food truck and homeboy's old chicken restaurant and turned it into something where he had nothing. Let's not forget, Emmett didn't even have a bed to sleep on, and he turned something. He turned nothing into something.
He stole it.
He didn't steal it. Well, he did some shenanigans, but he worked it out. He worked it out.
He did.
But my point being is that this dude knows how to survive, and if he knows how to survive, and if Dom leaves, he will find a new cook. He will find somebody else.
Okay, Moochella, you get to finish this one off. Your thoughts on the exchange between
Tiff put him on.
Emmett.
Tiff found Dom.
Emmett and Dom.
Just so you know, Jay, I'm not trying to cut you off, but sometimes your internet cuts out, so I can't tell if you stopped talking or if you just got paused.
Okay, as far as this conversation, I'm still mad at how they didn't tell how he told, and she didn't touch on it. They didn't touch on that it happened before they got married. I'm still having a problem with that. And yeah, she wants to be with her. She wants to have her as a friend because she likes her. She's good people. She said that. And I mean, he had to give her a heads up so she know how to approach Tiffany too. So that conversation had to be had. Okay.
All right. So now we're going to be starting with Jay Moore. And Jay Moore, we coming to you. No, it's Larry's turn. We started with Jay Moore on this one. So Larry, this is when old boy last year that put the gun in Kevin's face shows up to the salon. And next thing we know, he's telling her, look, you're going to do this girl hair. And she's like, nah, we can't do that right now. You know, we booked up. We busy. He's like, nah, you're going to do it. And they find a way to get it done. Larry, what'd you think about homeboy bringing that girl in there? And I felt like we all should have had known that they didn't reveal. The whole reason Kel went to his house last year looking for Keisha is because he's running a prostitution ring in essence. Speak on it, Larry.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all realize that. I mean, he's a pimp and a sex trafficker, and we recognize. I mean, look at her body language. Her shoulders are slumped down, her head's down. She's defeated looking. She looks scared, and and we recognize when they went to the house before and they went in there and he had all those girls all lined up and there was people upstairs getting it in. We knew that dude was a pimp and ran whorehouses. So, I think the more interesting storyline that's going to come out of this is the fact that what's his name Nook already doesn't like Imani and doesn't respect her, and we see how he talks about her when behind his back, and we see that Imani's about to try and help one of his girls get away. So there's gonna be a reckoning that comes. I think he's probably gonna end up stepping to Trig, thinking that Trig is gonna be the one that's gonna have to rescue Imani, not realizing Imani's the real fucking gangster between those two. Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna find himself in a tussle that he's not ready for. He's gonna look at the dress and the hair and everything and think, oh, this is just some transsexual weakling, and find himself on the short end of a gun.
Okay, Moochie, speak on it.
Okay, I feel like Nuck with a lot of bad energy in there, and he's very intimidating. And she looked like she was already afraid of him because remember, Trig ran up in there when they was looking for Keisha, because that's who Keisha was supposed to meet that night when she disappeared. Y'all know that, right?
Yep.
So was he grooming her to become a prostitute?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he was.
Like, I'm like, wow, like.
But Keisha know who he is. She chose to date him. Why is she choosing to date him? That's like what Trig say. That girl chose that life. You know what he about. Why you messing with him?
I'm not sure that they chose that life. I'm not sure that they chose that life. And I'm not sure Keisha fully understood what this dude was about, because a lot of those dudes get up there and they start talking about, oh, I like you, and they show you all the fancy stuff. They don't show you the 9 other girls they have back there sucking some dude's dick for money. They don't tell you that. They don't show you that.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Man, come on, man. So Kev and everybody know about him, but Keisha, the one that's dating him, don't have ain't that simple, man. People ain't dumb, man. In the hood, if you gonna know, then you gonna know. His reputation would precede him. Like, she would not know nothing about him. Like,
Kev
what,
didn't
she
know
thought he
about
worked
him until Jake told him. Kev didn't know until Jake told him. And when Jake told him, Kev ran up on the house.
I know.
I think she knew more, and I think she was chosen to be with a baller, like girls dating. Go ahead.
Nita, you on mute.
Yeah, it was some feedback, so I was trying to close my mic out.
Gotcha. I want you to continue the conversation. So in this same event, Nook hooks up with old boy right here, and they go to the bar, and this is when the opening scene is discussed. What was your thoughts going through with this scene, Nita?
With this scene, I kind of felt a little conflicted because I think they can go two ways with this storyline. Now, I think that because this man was in jail for a long time, he might like the fact that she presents as a girl, but may still be a boy.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking.
Go there. Or that he's just, because she's a part of the LGBTQ community, he may just assault her just because he thinks that she's beneath him. And that little fun fact is just like, you know, just icing on the cake or something like that. Like just being malicious and vile with it. So I don't know where it's going to go, but you know, that Nuck, he is so nasty. Like, he is just so nasty. He is so gross. He is so gross. But anyway,
he's a pimp.
That's all I gotta say about it.
J-Mo.
I mean, the dude's a pimp. That's what I mean. He is literal human trash.
J-Mo, your thoughts on this scene right here when they was discussing Imani is a man and he used other terms that I'm not going to use.
Right. So what you said about Nita said that he may be out of jail and may have, you know, whoever liked this or that. I thought that at first, but that scene shows that the contrary, that he looked a little pissed off and like when he got the truth, which means that he did. So I with a person, and I think he probably a little trade, or you know, that Trig is genuine, because he was like, man, I heard you got a bad B over there and this and that and he like, yeah, well, you know, don't call it that, this and that. And so he get there, he giving hugs and looking all googly eyed, and now he like, man, what, this dude had me like, you know, betrayed, like I feel deceived. And so I think that when Trig start coming at him like, man, you need to do this, you need to do that, like he hard, from my
oh boy, we lost J-Mo, people. J-Mo has left the building. T. Taylor, you're gonna have to come up with more than $2.99. Larry, I'm gonna swing it to you. Your thoughts on this scene? He's back. Okay,
he's back. All right, let him finish up.
There you go.
Man, whenever it's more people, I'm always having Wi-Fi problems. The last time I was on, we done had these issues now, and it's you know, I'm like the fifth wheel. The fifth wheel don't get no grease.
Oh,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? You got people over here think they got. Yeah, I'm saying no, it ain't about the first one. I don't know. Like when it was just 3, I done had a problem. Yeah, but when it's like 5 people or more, I don't know what keeps happening. But anyway,
okay. All right, Larry.
Man, somebody
Larry,
gave me
go for it.
Somebody that gave me the worm out the tequila or something.
Yeah, I think what's his name? He's probably gonna try. Yeah, Shad. I think he's probably either going to attempt or he's actually going to rape Imani. And it might be Trig that stops him, but honestly, I think it might actually be Jake that actually walks in and actually kills dude.
What?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Jake. I think Jake's gonna catch a body because he's gonna end up killing dude when he walks in and dude's raping Imani.
Moochie, last word.
Remember I called it the first week and said he was gonna try. Somebody was gonna try her, right?
You said it.
Okay, it's gonna be Jason Weaver's character. He's gonna try her because he seems I didn't get the look that you were saying you got, Jay. I gotta look like he was intrigued by it. I gotta look like he was intrigued by it. Like, oh, shit, a man you don't say? I got that.
Oh, hell no.
Yes, I got that.
He was like, what?
He was angry, like he felt like he had been tricked.
Like he wants to see if it's really true.
I think so too.
Like he wants to see if
felt like he was tricked.
Yeah, he want to see if he could grab some peanut brittle.
Oh my Lord.
Oh hell. I didn't get those vibes.
Remember,
but that was funny. But I didn't get those vibes.
Remember, they showed the montage, and she was somebody was trying to handle her, and she was fighting them off. It's gonna be him.
That's right.
It's gonna be him.
That's right, Larry. You and Mooch. You and Mooch done called that one out. All right, now Mooch, it's your turn now. So here we go, and this is the scene that Larry and Nita agreed on. So we've got the Hood Cops, and the name of this organization is Rock. So you got Trig and you got Tracy, and they get a phone call for some domestic issues. Tracy go over there to help break it up, and they had to get the muscle to pull the gun in this little fake ass tank's face. Moochie, break down this scene for us.
Okay, it's a good thing he went there with Big Mike, but I think if you're getting all this money, you should have somebody going to like I agree with Larry. You should have some type of therapist going to these calls with these people. You gotta have somebody for backup just in case it get physical. So yeah, you're gonna have to bring the big dude with the hammer. I'm just saying.
With the hammer. It's hammer time.
Look, it's the hat that's making me get it. Like I gotta get in the. I'm in the streets right now because it's the hat. It's the hat that's doing it. So he gotta bring somebody with the hammer. Yeah. Put that hammer up, yo.
Nita, what'd you think about this scene, Nita? He showed up, had the hammer, boy. He had that hammer cocked and loaded.
Word.
Nita, you're on mute. Nita?
Sorry, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh boy, this thing really made me shake my head. I was shaking my head when I watched this. I was like, this is the first encounter, y'all. So that's why I said it's going to play out where they're going to figure out that they're going to need some different things. I think what this is, the mayor, Duda, promised her $5 million, but I don't think he delivered on that just yet. You know what I'm saying? He said he had to move some things around. So this is her with her resources trying to get some things done and try to see if we can kind of move like that. So I'm thinking this is what that is. And child, it is not nothing. It is a big old mess.
J-Mo, ball in your court, my brother.
Man, that whole scene was pathetic, man. They got them going over there to try to, go to a domestic violence call, and they don't have no type of resources, no training. He coming up in an old ass Billie Jean, blue jean jacket, Big Mike with his tight shirt, ready to dispense justice, about to blow dude's head off. But they doing a better job than the cops. Like, and then as long as they taking and stuff, how they gonna go to multiple calls? How they gonna go all over the city? Like, it's crime happening nonstop. They made it seem like it was just one bad call that night, and that was it. Like it was stupid. It didn't make any sense. It was bad writing, and I'm with Larry on what he said. This was an opportunity where they could have because defund the police is a bad phrase. It should be reallocate funds for the police. Like should have gave Tracy $5 million, and she should have hired counselors or something to go talk to people, ride-alongs with the cops or something.
Like I said, yup.
You know what I mean? But to be the cops is stupid. Like if he beat that girl, what was they gonna do? Where was they gonna put him? Like what? There's no restraining orders. There's no court involved. They can't take nobody to jail. Like what they gonna do? Go walk it off while she's sitting there with her eyes swole up, you know? Or what if it was somebody that got killed or a shootout? What are they gonna do? We're gonna have somebody auntie try to put them on punishment, on timeout. What you sugar? Don't be doing that. Just like they said in the little meeting. If we don't do it, then the police gonna come back. Is that what y'all want? No. Like they in first grade, how they all talking and shit. Like, yeah. They're not the police. They don't got guns, bulletproof vests. They don't have walkie-talkies, communication. They can't put nobody in jail. Like, what are they supposed to do? Rock. Yeah, right. They're going to get rocked. This Chicago. And then you talking about having the Olympics. Who in the world want to go to a city with no police? Around the world, talking about some Olympics. And it ain't no police, no protection. You got aunties patrolling. Like the Black Panthers was trying to do this, but they patrolled the neighborhood with guns in their hand.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Like a lot of the stuff did it too on the subway in New York. If you go there, and they didn't have any weapons. Right.
Well, they didn't do much either. They just had their little raspberry beret, and it was more of a deterrent. But at the end of the day, they didn't stop crime in New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Larry, did they really, really make a difference? You know what I mean? So,
Larry, you get last
dibs
on it, brother.
That was just so unrealistic.
Yeah, I think this was just sort of ridiculous, and I mean, Lena Waithe should be ashamed of herself. First of all, it's just an insult to Richard Wright, who was a literary heavyweight and an icon, to name this garbage ass episode "Native Son." That's just disrespectful.
Boy.
But I mean, there's so much they could have done to make this right, and it was almost if someone said, this is how we can make this episode great, and they said, cool, let's do the exact opposite at every single opportunity. And I mean, first of all, Trig should not be the one going in there with Tracy. Trig is a confused, sociopathic, murdering drug dealer. He is not the person that you take with you unless you're going to a drug deal or you need someone killed. He should not be there. I get that he wants to help out, but you have to let him know. If you want to help out, then you need to get your stuff together. You don't get to be on the good side while you're still poisoning the community and murdering people. That is not the dude to take with you. You take somebody else, anybody else. Take Marcus, take Jim's dad. Take one of these other dudes. Take Emmett. Take somebody. You know, just not this dude.
Right.
I mean, he's loose at the trigger. He's just no. And then you're gonna take Big Mike, who's the first thing he's gonna do is pull a gun on somebody. I mean, what if that dude was just I was like, I don't care, kill me. Then what? That whole program would have been blown up. Duda's mayorship would have been ruined after it came out that he gave $5 million to an organization that ran up in somebody's house and murdered him. He would have, that's his whole mayorship, mayoral tenure would have been blown up. I mean, no, I don't even understand the writing on this. Why would you do that? It's just dumb. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I understand these people don't have all this experience, but these people are also not stupid.
Okay. All right, Larry, I'm with you. I agree. Good points. Now, J-Mo, we coming to you with this one. Now, this one's probably going to be very simple. This is Emmett talking to who I feel like is his true love in the restaurant, his restaurant. And she's basically like, look, bro, what you going to do? I'm glad you told her the truth, but you just gonna have to wait it out. What'd you think about this scene with Keisha and Emmett?
I mean, I think I agree with you on that's their real true love for each other. It started off in the first season. He was beating it up under the bed. Had her hiding up under the bed, you know what I'm saying, beating it up. So they should really probably be together. You know what I mean? But at the same time, why are all these women saying like he should have told what was going on, as if like Keisha, I mean like Tiff would have been cool with that. Not to say you should have lied, but like he in a bad situation. And then she laughed at him talking about, "Oh, you mad because everybody getting some but you." Like that ain't the whole situation, you know. And then I don't understand, why is Keisha so conflicted? She got impregnated against her will and been kidnapped by some crazy dude. And instead of having an abortion, she decides she want to give it up for adoption. I guess some people could say maybe God made something positive out of a negative situation. I don't know, maybe. But you know, you giving the baby up for adoption, so why are you still crying and conflicted? You know, what now you want to keep the baby and work at the hood wheel? Like, really? Why you want to work at the hood wheel? Like, she should be ready to go on with her life.
Okay.
Right.
Larry, get on in there, Larry, so we can get to the babes in the army fatigue hats, because it looked like we about to get something.
Yeah, because look, I gotta hold my lips because I'm trying not to interrupt y'all. Go ahead, keep it moving.
Go ahead, Larry. Go ahead, Larry. Go ahead and put the icing on their cake.
Yeah, I think that these two just need to be together. I mean, we've been. I think everybody's been rooting for them from the beginning. They've been friends. They were together. They broke up. They stayed friends. They've always been friends. Every time they look at each other, you can just see it's not lust in their eyes. It is genuine love in there. I wouldn't be surprised if they were together in real life there, because there's so much chemistry between those two people, you know? But I mean, I love Keisha. She's great. Every time you look at her, she just makes me happy. But the problem is too, is that we forget sometimes. We watch this show and we see how much stuff they've been through, and we forget she's only 18 years old. When this happened to her, she was about to graduate high school and go run as a freshman at Pepperdine, and she's 18 now. This just happened to her.
Right.
You know? I mean, so she's still a baby in a lot of ways. And I think Emmett may be just a hair older than her, but I mean, I hope these two get together, because I mean he doesn't deserve the terrible human being that he has in Tiff. I was never a big fan of hers in the first place, but she turned out to be everything that I thought she was and worse. And I think he should be with Keisha. I think Keisha will love him, and he will love her in a way that they will protect each other.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
at least they can
be
honest with each other.
If you squeamish, we about to have the sisters with the fatigue. They both about to speak right behind each other. First on deck is Moochella. Moochie, the floor is yours.
Okay. You said something about her with the baby. She's conflicted. You gotta keep in mind that she's still a kid. And she has a life going inside her. So she couldn't go and do that. If she already showed she couldn't do that. But she already knows she's not gonna. I think she's even thinking about keeping this baby. But that I don't.
Yeah,
I'm hoping the other lady comes back. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
I said, yeah, they got it geared towards that. I agree. I don't.
Yeah, but
I was agreeing with you that she's gonna probably keep it.
You've seen her crying in her room. She's conflicted. She's conflicted and she's stressed out. So, with this conversation with Emmett, she told him what he needed to hear. As far as with like you mad because you not getting none and everybody else is. So I'm gonna leave it right there.
Okay.
I think she was teasing him with that because it was far more than that. She knew it was more than that. I think she was just teasing him. I think she was bringing a little bit of levity to a very heavy situation.
Nita the diva.
No. Keisha was talking straight facts. Now, maybe at the end of the day, they can laugh at it. But no, she was saying exactly what it is. And like I said, it speaks to this entitlement thing. Like, you think you can keep on sinning and sinning and sinning and sinning, and karma came back and bitch, I ain't never seen karma come back and bite somebody in the ass that goddamn fast. But Tiffany did a number. Like, that was karma at its finest.
Karma came back and gave him a gut punch.
Exactly. So, and Jay, as far as women and their hormones and being pregnant, and we got hormones for two. Like, we're making life. We're doing a damn thing. So I remember when I was pregnant, I was making spaghetti. And I was trying to open the box, and the box actually fell on the floor, and all of the spaghetti just kind of fell all over the place. I broke down and cried like a baby. I did. Okay. I broke down and cried like a baby. Like, your emotions are so, and then she's still dealing with the trauma. She never had a break. After she was rescued, she had to go into a place that she called home. And she had to wrestle with her parents not finding her soon enough and not thinking that, she was thinking that they wasn't looking for her and she wasn't worthy and all of these things. Like, she was raped repeatedly. She got impregnated. She is young. She lost her scholarship opportunity. Her whole future is gone down the toilet. Those are very hard circumstances. I'm sorry, maybe some people can't feel for women, but those are very hard circumstances to get past and work through while we're trying to keep on trying to heal Kevin and go to Kevin and try to get something done to Kevin. I still don't really see anybody speaking to Tiffany. Like, not Tiffany. Keisha. Yeah, eat this. Don't eat the junk food. Eat this. That's all she's getting. Like, I don't see anything else, but she told him right. And I'm going to just
let me respond to that as well as Black Fox. It's called empathy and understanding. Like, you don't have to actually go through it to have understanding and empathy. I actually have a son, and I had a woman with me. I was there the whole time, so I do understand that. But you have to keep in mind, like, you chose to be with that man. You wasn't forced against your will to have that baby and raped repeatedly. She had a choice to have an abortion and not lose her whole life and her scholarship and things. She then made that choice to keep the baby.
No.
Okay. Now she's making the choice. She found out this. She was repeatedly raped. Right?
He abducted her.
That's what I'm saying. She was raped.
I thought you said she made a choice.
She made a choice to keep the baby. She made a choice to keep that baby. She didn't have to. She didn't have no love for him. She didn't ask for that. It wasn't like she was screwing around and forgot to wear rubber. That was totally against her will. Somebody put something in your body against your will. You know what I mean? So that is totally different situation. Now, if she didn't believe in abortion or whatever, fine. So in 9 months, you can be back on track with your life because you're going to give the baby up for adoption and you can move back on with your life. What are you tripping about? You can go back to college still, resume whatever it is you was doing. On, but she acts as if
how do you say
like her life is now ruined? When you were not to say that nothing bad happened to her. That was traumatic and it was a very bad situation. But at the same time,
No, I was saying Kevin got a gun pulled on him. He didn't even get beat by the cops, but he's supposed to have all this trauma specialist and all this stuff. When the police ride down the street and stuff like that, she was actually gone for like a whole season, like months. He was raping her. He was torturing her. He was cutting her hair
on the regular. Like, that was his piece. Like he was curled up in the bed with her. Like that's his move.
By the way,
maybe I don't understand
hold
the
on, Larry.
non-compassion that men have for women, and y'all think that we just supposed to get over
she could have had a chance to heal.
It's
she could have had an abortion.
I don't think that's what he's saying.
Right now.
Yeah, but you saying no, he's gone.
Hold on, Moochie.
Okay.
By the way, Randall Sparks is giving you a $24.99 super chat. I agree with Moochie. But here's the problem, Moochie. He still gave more than Larry with the $29.99. So if he wants to really get on your good side, he might have to jump in at $59.99. And by the way, then I got a comment for Nita. Because Nita has mentioned in the past toxic masculinity, right? So you mean to tell me that you was pregnant and you dropped some spaghetti on the floor and you start crying? Why are you forcing men to deal with toxic feminism? Why we gotta deal with them toxic emotions?
He wasn't even there. He wasn't
emotions.
He was at work.
That's just like, let me tell y'all a story. Let me tell y'all a story.
He didn't even have to deal with it.
My wife was pregnant with my baby L, and you know what used to make her cry? This Is Us. Toxic feminism. Toxic feminism.
That is pregnancy hormone.
It's toxic.
Tomato.
It's toxic. So I'm just playing. Ain't nothing toxic about that. That's life. Here we go. All right, so now it is on Nita. We're going to be on you now, Nita. And this scene that we're discussing now is Trig comes home from being the hood cop, and Imani wants him to go and take on Nook. What was going through you? I mean, so much so that he winds up getting a pillow and having to go sleep on the couch because she wants him to liberate that one girl that's in there doing stuff against her will. Speak on it.
And that's what I mean when men get to pick and choose who he's going to help in the community. Like one person is better than the other. And, you know, the power is in his hands. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the fact that, you know, and it goes to the point that men do not check other men. They let their bad behavior go unaccountable, and it just is what it is. They make excuses. They do gymnastics on trying to excuse the behavior. Oh, he don't work for me. He don't do nothing. Like, don't nobody work for you. And so, like, at the same time, she pretty much said everything that needed to be said, but it's just another example of that. You know, you can turn your head when you want to if you think something is less than or whatever. It's one of those type things, one of those type situations.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I don't even know if it's my turn yet, and I'm gonna hold off on talking about the rest of that. But I just have to disagree with this idea that men don't check other men. Men check other men all the damn time. Oftentimes we do it in ways that aren't always in front of other women, because men oftentimes will pull another dude aside and say, look, I'm not trying to embarrass you in front of the whole world, but if you speak to that woman again like that, I'm going to beat you to within an inch of your life. And then you say, now that you've gotten the message, have a nice day. And you go back about your way. Men don't always go and make a big scene about stuff. They just simply pull dudes aside and have a simple but firm conversation with them.
Sex trafficking is a crime, correct?
Yeah, but Trig doesn't have a leg to stand on. The dude's a damn drug dealer and a murderer. Who is he? Who is he to go and tell this dude that you should stop doing what you're doing? Where does he have room to speak as the morality police?
We don't have the police no more, right?
But who is he to speak?
So that was my whole point
earlier, saying that Trig should not be that guy that's doing what he's doing because he has no moral footing to stand on.
Hold on, Larry.
Even a little bit.
We get ready to come to you. J-Mo, it's on you. Speak on that situation. Imani in the face of Trig because she wants him to save that young lady.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they ain't gonna make him sleep on the couch. Like, why didn't Imani just call the couch? Like, this just shows that they need the cops. What is he gonna do? What he think that he gonna have a conversation with dude and he gonna just stop? You know what? You right, bro. I didn't understand what I was doing until you told me, man. You know what? I'm gonna change my ways. I'm turning over a new leaf. Like, this is stupid. You should have called the cops. If the girl really felt like she was held against her will, she should have ran away while he left to go get drunk with Shad. She should have left and ran away. Why would she still stay there and get her hair did? If I was held against my will somewhere, as soon as I had a chance to escape, I would have escaped. I wouldn't have still stayed there and wait for them to come back. That don't make no sense.
I don't want to say it's that easy because a lot of people are emotionally traumatized and scared beyond. There's some people are scared into being frozen in place instead of, and other people, like you said, some people, the second they see daylight, they run, you know, but not everybody's like that.
Okay. Well, Larry, it's your turn.
I mean, then
I just want to say what Trig. I mean, I've already said this thing with Trig. He doesn't have any moral footing to stand on. He can't say anything about that. But let's look at this too. When Trig doesn't want to deal with that dude or that situation, because just let's remember last season it took Jake making puppy dog eyes at him to get him to go over there and check for Keisha, because when they went over there, when Jake went and talked to Trig and said, "I need you to do this," he didn't want to do it. He did not want to do it. Jake had to put all of his brotherly little brother puppy dog eyes on and convince him to go over there and do that for him. That was something he did against his will, you know. So Jake doesn't want to. I mean, Trig doesn't want to.
In real life, you no, because you can get killed. You putting your nose in somebody else's backyard.
It doesn't matter. He will get killed. He's messing with that dude's business. Unless you are planning on going to war with that man and his gang, whatever gang that dude is from, unless you plan on going to war with him, then you need not say anything. If you say something, prepare that you're going to have to kill people in the process.
Okay.
Because that's the way they work. If you try and take his business and you try and liberate those women, the only way that's happening is if you kill him.
Right. Yeah, and Imani getting him put in a bad situation.
All right, we're gonna talk about this, but I want to go back to last season when they went up in there and he was like, "We not here for all of that." When she wanted to take one of the girls last time they was there because the dude was being rough with her, so he already let her know, like we wasn't here for all of that, but he loves her. So he's not thinking straight with this one because now you messing with this dude's paper. So this could go left. I know he's going to be sleeping on the couch, but I feel like it's going to go left.
It will. It will. It's definitely going to go left.
I wouldn't have slept on the couch either. I'd have been like, man, you better move.
Lawrence
I'm laying in this bed, sleep on the couch.
I don't think he's scared of Trig.
I don't either.
I don't think he's scared of Trig. He'll pull that trigger though.
I don't either.
I don't think he's scared of Trig. I think it's
this is one of the problems with Trig. Trig needs to decide is he going to be a good guy or is he going to be a gangster? You can't have one foot in one world and the other foot in the other.
Duda don't know if he want to be a good guy or a gangster.
Duda has made his decision. Duda has decided he's going to use all of his smarts to actually become the best gangster possible. And one of the best ways of being a gangster and being insulated from any trouble is to maintain political power. Duda is fully a gangster and understands that he is and uses the power that he has to further his business. But
that comes with age and experience. Be a good guy or a bad guy. That comes with age and experience, though. And did y'all hear the internet rumor that Trig is Did y'all hear the internet rumor that Trig is Duda's son?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that I heard that's what's like on
streets is talking.
The streets is talking. You know, I got my ear to the street. I got the hat on tonight. I got my ear to the street. You know, I'm all like I got my head on a swivel, like Tommy say.
Okay. Yes. All right, Nita. I'm back to you now, Nita. So this is what I got for you, Nita.
Let me say something about Miss Crafty said that if the girl escaped, Nuck would come back and kill everyone. I'd be like, man, I don't know where she went. I thought she went back to the trap house.
I'm not drunk.
Okay.
I'm just having fun tonight.
You gonna let them go?
So
Taylor been trying to have a joke.
I put her in the Uber that you sent for. She said that you sent her an Uber, so I put her in the Uber that you sent for, and she went and she left. That's all you gotta say.
You don't think there's gonna be no repercussions for that?
And if what you gonna do?
If she was gonna leave, she should have left after she got her hair done.
Again. Cool. I didn't want her here in the first place.
If she was gonna leave, she should have left when she got her hair done. Look, I'm gonna give you an Uber. You put what address you want to go to. And that could have ended like that. But again, they want to have the drama, and that's that.
Oh, by the way, we've got 205 people watching this stream. Can we get 205 likes? And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please be sure to subscribe to everybody's channel. Jay Moore, Nita the Dita, Moochella, and my big homie, the living legend, Larry. Everybody's name is on the screen. Their links is in the video description and on my related channels page. Nita, I'm coming to you now for this.
Lamar, can we just acknowledge here that everyone keeps thinking that Nook is just going to run up there and kill everybody? It's like people have forgot that Trig and Imani are both a bunch of freaking sociopathic killers that kill people and then go home and literally have dinner and don't think about them ever again. Nook is not just going to go run up there and kill them because Nook will get shot back at. He's not going to run up in there, and it's not like they're not going to have bullets flying both ways.
I think that's where Jason Weaver's cabbage to Shad comes into play.
And to follow up on that before we move on, if you go watch my trailer review, there is about to be a showdown between Nook and Trig. But you got to watch my trailer review to see how I broke it down for you. But there is something to what both parties are saying in regards to Moochella and Larry. Now, Nita, this is for you. We
know how that's going to turn out. There's no way Lena Waithe is going to let a member of the LGBT community get taken out by some friggin'
You know what? Here you go.
She might.
They're gonna know. They're gonna show real life. They're gonna show how it really plays out when.
She's not going to let
it
killed in the streets.
I'll put money on.
I don't know why y'all underestimating them too. You see them get their little jukes and get everything together when they was doing their little robberies and stuff. Where she was just like the lady bumping into a person and they robbed the dude.
Oh, I mean, no,
they calculate their little things.
So, I don't think anyone's underestimating them, but at the end of the day, are they going to allow them to have a war over this one girl? Because that's where you and Larry are bumping heads at. Nook would probably be like, okay, you disrespecting me, you lost some of my money. And of course, Trig is hot-headed enough to be like, Steph, I'm ready to die. I ain't scared to die. And then we're going to have a war over something that most people would probably say, even though this girl's a human being, she's someone's kid, she's a life. To Nook, she's nothing but a dollar sign in essence. And so I don't think that Nook seems like he messy enough that he wouldn't understand to step back and be like, you know what, let that go. He would try to fight over something like that. Nook seems like he is just that messy.
I feel like he's gonna, if that happens, he's gonna manipulate Shad to do his dirty work. And that's why it comes back to that whole montage where that happened.
I just want to point out in the comments, some people are up there saying that Lena Waithe is not in charge of Showtime. Lena Waithe doesn't own the Shy. Lena Waithe created the Shy. Lena Waithe is the showrunner of the Shy. She's the executive producer of the Shy. Lena Waithe is deciding what goes on that show or not. Showtime does not own the Shy. Showtime buys episodes to air of the Shy. If Showtime decided they didn't want the Shy anymore and they canceled the Shy, they could take the Shy and move it over to HBO. They could do it. They've done it before. They've done it with other shows.
She showed the show.
Okay.
All right. So, Nita, this is for you.
These two.
I have jokingly said that Jake about to get this girl to convert and get her hair perm. And these Kev and Jake was in school suspension. Yes, there is such thing as in school suspension. I've been to it before. And to get out of in school suspension, the teacher had a heart for these brothers and they wanted them to write a speech. Jake didn't write a speech. And Gemma asked Kevin to come on the show that she does. Kevin said no. And Jake came up here. And while Jake was up there, Kevin got to see it on the big screen TV, and he was not feeling it. As a matter of fact, he went home and he started wigging out. Nita,
he was mad because he was being up there touching on his hand and whatnot. That's what she was mad at. That's what he was mad at. He knew what she was doing.
Speak on the whole situation, Nita. What did you think?
Like I said, when men or boys rather keep stonewalling the female that is not the female, the woman or the girl that is, because I don't like to reduce people down to their gender. So I'll say a woman or a girl. When they shut them down and stonewall them, what do you think you're going to do? Like in the beginning credits, they show how much Kevin was declining her calls, was telling her, I'm tired of hearing you talk. Like all of these things, like he kept saying all of these, like just trifling things. And like I said, I'm not here for struggle love. I'm not doing that. I'm short. I'm cutting it. We're not doing it. And that's just where I am with it. And I wish more women get like that. And that whole thing of him just disrespecting her time in and time out, she went to him first. She didn't even want to go to Jake. She went to him first. And he kind of shut her down. But we knew he was gonna shut her down because he's been shutting everybody the fuck down. Like that's what he do. He shut everybody down. So oh well, like I said, I ain't here for struggle love. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna sit up here and keep on trying to beat a dead horse, trying to make it yeah, what they say, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. I'm not doing all that. I'm just not. And so yeah, the hand gesture, like I said, I don't feel like it could have been interpreted as a flirtation because she said something about his cologne. And I'm like, girl, what you talking about his cologne? Shouldn't everybody with him? I don't know, maybe not in high school.
What?
She said something about his cologne. So obviously something got her attention.
Be stinking.
Something got her attention with him. And so I'm just like, okay. But at the end of the day,
I think she's wrong.
Jake as Kevin's friend should have shut that shit down. So like I said, there's some things that happen and you could have interpreted it in different ways and took it in different ways. But at the end of the day, if Jake is Kevin's friend, shut that shit down. Especially if he knew he was fucking her and he just said 2 episodes ago he loved her. Case closed.
So, okay, I ain't even got to get in that. I ain't even got to get in there because I already know J Mo or Larry. One of them. J Mo is on.
I don't think he disrespected her.
Jump on in there, J Mo.
Yeah. Hey, he ain't disrespected that girl. Yeah, she always telling him how to think, telling him about don't go to college, it's a scam. She always trying to tell him some shit. Like, as far as I know, we the same age. Like, and you got a rich ass daddy backing you, but now you all pro-black and know the ins and outs of every damn thing. Like, I would have told her I'm tired of hearing her ass talk too. Like, shut up. And then instead of having his back, like when he was drunk, she talking about, Kevin, are you drunk? Like, shut up. You should have been like, hey, are you still sick from that food you ate? But no, she ain't covering him, helping cover up nothing. She fronts him off. She always talking down to his ass. Like, and Kev need to stop bringing his girls around because he done lost Maisha to Papa, even though Maisha tried to like force feed him some coochie. But he done lost Maisha to Papa. Now he about to lose Bahamadia to Jake. So, like, I think he need to move on from her. She always telling him how to think, what to do, what not to do, all this shit. I'd be like, man, shut your ass up, man. You over here living on Easy Street, talking about don't go to college and it's a scam. and you don't need a scholarship. Your rich ass daddy Warbucks gonna pay for you. You good. Talking about be some Bill Gates. It's only one Bill Gates and Steve Jobs for a reason. It ain't that easy. Like this dude trying to do something. I'm with Larry. He'd be better off being with her dad and learning from him as a mentor than trying to screw her and be with her. Because she up here mad that he don't agree with her when he said he liked the Olympics. I don't have to be your lapdog and agree with everything you say. Like she want a subordinate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She don't want a free thinking young man. She wants somebody she could run. Yeah,
Exactly.
like, man, get your ass up out of here. And she don't have to be doing that for, even if she was, I still wouldn't be running behind your ass. He ain't disrespecting her. She disrespecting him, always telling him what to do. You ain't my mama. I got two mamas.
Larry.
But the mama ain't telling him
third
either. As far as y'all say, right? Y'all said the mama ain't telling him, right? So she trying to give him a roadmap, and there's still a problem.
She's not trying to give a roadmap. She's telling this young man on a college tour not to bother with college.
Either.
He has full on silicone.
I know, that was so stupid.
But
this
she
young
does
man is on a
though.
black
She
college
just
tour.
the whole time.
They were showing why he should not go to college.
Okay. I mean, what do y'all want? Do y'all want somebody to talk, or do you want somebody not to talk? Like, sit down, wait a minute, pause, and talk. Or you want somebody to talk, or you want somebody to shut the fuck up? What do y'all want? Like, y'all be talking out two sides of y'all neck.
Told me it was my turn to talk. Huh? Was I not just called on?
She talking negative.
Okay, go ahead, Larry. Oh, by the way, Kevin Bernstein sent a $5 super chat, and I appreciate you, my brother. We're grateful. Larry, jump on in there. Break this thing down.
I'm gonna have to say, Gemma is just she's wrong for Kev in every way because she is a control freak who wants to be with someone that she can easily control, manipulate, and she sees the weakness in Jake, and that's what she wants. She doesn't like the strength that she sees in Kev. Kev is a strong young man, and she doesn't like that because she can't control him. Even when he does the things that she asked of him to do, he does those things, but he does them in a way that is comfortable for him, and she doesn't like that. She wants him. She not only does she want to control the outcome, she wants to control the process too. So when she wants to know how he feels, Kevin tells her, he tells her that he loves her. He's letting her know his feelings for her. Even in that moment when she asked him about going on the show, it wasn't like Kev didn't tell her how he feels. Kevin wrote out this essay detailing how that experience with the cops made him feel. And he didn't try and hold it back from her. He gave it to her and let her read his intimate feelings. And that shit wasn't good enough for her. This little using-ass dabbling hoe wanted to go and take advantage of his game. Hold on. I stayed while you guys talk. You know how hard that is for me, so I'm going to finish up here. So this woman went up there and wasn't good enough that he went up there and shared his feelings with her. She wanted to be able to control what she could do with those feelings. And when he said no, the first thing she did was go behind his back and go ask his friend and then start flirting with his friend. She is a no dabbler. She's one of those rich girls that likes to mess with poor dudes from the hood. And when she thought Kev was this young, rough boy from the hood, she was all into it. And then when she got to know him and got around his dad, and she realized, oh snap, he's more like my dad than some bad boy from the streets that I want. She decided she started giving him grief. Started telling this dude, oh, there's better things to spend your money on than college. You go to college, you go spend, you get all this debt, you get all this, you get all that. That's easy for her to say because she's never going to pay for college because her daddy's rich and she's not going to have any student loans. But guess what? When you aren't rich, you have to take loans to go to college so that you can build generational wealth, and you pass that to your kids so your kids get the idea to go to college and they get good jobs. So what? Everybody carries debt. You get a mortgage, debt. Buy a car, debt. Right. People carry debt. That is the way we work in this country. So no, she's terrible for Kev. I'm happy. I'm not happy that she's gonna break his heart, or not really break his heart. I'm not happy that she's gonna destroy that relationship between him and Jake. But I'm happy that Kev is not gonna end up with her because she is not good enough for Kevin.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
What's her daddy college educated?
I could take the hot sauce out my mouth, right? Because it was burning me. I'm ready to talk.
You can take the hot sauce out.
All right. So
that
check
hot
it.
Sauce.
Since the first season, Jake has done this to Kevin. Remember when they put their name on the board to do the play? He took that girl. It was another girl that Kevin he did the same thing. Now they had the little boxing match and everything. I'm taking you. We gotta go do the flashback thing so y'all can see where this is going.
Moochie, can I ask you a question?
Anything.
So in essence, what you're saying is Kev need to have some accountability in his friends.
I don't think so. I think yes, in a way, because I think he needs to check Jake. But keep in mind, he don't know this is going on yet.
Right,
okay?
because technically nothing is going on yet.
Right. Because remember, what they did, they went a month ahead, and then now we going back to see what happened, what led up to the thing in the beginning, right?
Right.
Okay, y'all with me?
We with you.
Right. Okay, now, right here, when she said the comment about the cologne, and now that him and Kevin is at odds, he still should have checked her. He should have checked her. Like, you should be smelling your man's cologne.
Mm-hmm.
But Black Fox.
I don't know. They may be too young for that.
I'm with you, Black Fox. She said Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake.
Both of them are snakes.
Hey, for
but
real.
he is. He to me, it's like he's not a friend to him. Like Jake is not a friend to Kevin. Like Kevin is a friend to him. That's how I'll say it. And she just wants to mold anybody. She just wants to mold anybody into the person she wants them to be.
But do you think Jake is that loose in the head he can be molded by her?
But you missing what I'm saying.
Okay.
Some girls go into the fact where they be like, he's like this, but I could change him.
Right. So to me,
they think they
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Even some women do that. They be like, well, he like this, but
Don't
I got it where I can make him do all of that.
But the thing is, would you not consider Jake to be more of a bad boy than Kev? Wouldn't you consider Jake to be more of a bad boy than Kevin?
Yes, Jake is the bad boy more than Kev because he's only a bad boy off the strength of his brothers. Okay. Let's get that straight. He's only that's like if he's trying, but he's just like, he's that dude because of his brother's reps. Let's get that straight right there. Because he the baby of the bunch. So everybody know him because of his brother Reg and because of Trig. So he's just living off the rep of his brothers. He got his little moments where he be standing up, like the thing with the cops and all of that. But he got his moments too. Where I'm about it, but I ain't gonna walk through this hood like this because my brother got beef with them, right?
Right.
Y'all remember that? So I'm
Jake could try hard.
Yeah, like I said, he's off. He got his chest beats because of the he could beat on his chest off the strength of his brothers.
Jake is going to be a product of his environment, basically.
No, and then Duda got him under his wings too, where he learning the street thing and the business thing.
Right.
We saw Jake is
you gotta keep in mind, he's not the only one that's trying to mold him. Duda's trying to mold that shit too.
But Jake is remember how shook he was when he saw Duda stomp that dude out. Jake can't handle that life.
He didn't know that Duda was that about it.
He's not that, but Jake's not built for that life. As soon as he saw that, he was shook.
I wouldn't say he's not built for it. He just didn't expect to see that coming from Duda. Okay. So it caught him off guard.
All right.
Where
ladies and gentlemen,
I'm used to seeing my brothers get down like that.
I'm going to tell y'all this. We've got 10 minutes left. But we still got 3 subjects we need to cover. So now is when y'all got to wrap it up. I'm talking 30-second answers. from now on. 30 seconds. So, and now it's back on you, Larry. It starts back with you. So we're at this wild ass party. I mean, the red light special. You know, they red light special it up in here. Tiff done confronted Keisha. Keisha, she done told, excuse me, Tiff done confronted Dom. She told Dom, do not screw my man no more. That's what she said. Am I right? That's what she told her. She told Dom not to screw my man, all right? Tiff is at this party, and she met with her two gay friends, who basically telling her she need to go into a threesome. You know, be a throuple, in essence. Y'all do what you want to do, blah, blah, blah. So, Larry, break down the issues in this party and what you think was going on.
Yeah, here's the thing: is that those two gay dudes that she's friends with said they're in an open relationship and saying that she should suggest the same thing to with her husband, because she's saying, when she told me, yeah, I cheated, it was good. The problem is that it was too good, and she's all caught up in her feelings with Dante now. The problem is that when she's going to suggest that they get into an open relationship, part of the problem is most women, not all women, but most women aren't built for that. And so when Emmett steps out and she starts to see how many women he's stepping with, she's going to be in her feelings about that. And she's not going to be prepared for it. She's going to have her one dude, Dante, and then she's going to see Emmett going up and down the field with all kinds of chicks. And she's not going to be ready for it. And she's going to get in her feelings about it, because most people, and especially women, are not built for that life.
Okay. Short and sweet. All right. Nita, it's on you now.
I think with her taking this idea on, it's going to be interesting, because Emmett is one of those people where you can leave the motherfucking door open and then the door is unlocked and open, sitting up there waiting, and then he'll sit up there and break the window to break into the house because he's just that stupid. So she said, I want you to be honest with me. I want you to be honest. We want to have this open relationship. And what struck me funny is that, oh, well, I'm not going to get on the horse. I'm going to take it down. Even though I already got the horse, I'm going to take it down.
No, we're talking about it. We're talking about it. Go ahead, jump on up there. But get it out in a minute.
So they talked about it and had this idea. Even Emmett said, so you going to be fucking other people too? I'm like, what do you think an open marriage is? So that's what I was like. What's he talking about? Like, it was just crazy to me. Like I said, he is just that stupid that she will allow you to mess around with other women, and he still won't find a way to fuck it up. He gonna break the window when the door is open to try, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't think that this is a good idea. I really feel like you just have to cut it. Like, cut it. It never should have been established. Get that shit annulled. Like, it's less than a year. Like, wash your hands. Good night. Like, I ain't about that struggle, love. I'm not.
Okay. J-Mo, ball in your court, my brother.
All right. That's a hell of an analogy about breaking in the window stuff and all that. That was new. I agree with you about the annulment, though. Get this over with. Y'all too young to be trying to stay together and have an open marriage. And I think Tiff is just so dumb and impressionable. So she talked to the black gay dude with feather pants. Who is he? The Black Swan up in this piece. So the Black Swan then gave her some advice, and she runs with it. Get your ass up out of here. This dude wearing pigeon pants. He got on pigeon pants, and you gonna take advice from him. What the hell? You know what? That's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Pigeon chicken wings from a man would be a good idea. This dude don't even know how to dress. Wearing pigeon pants, and you over here listening to him. Get your ass up out of here, boy. Birdman Jr. I'm straight. No.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm out.
Okay,
bad
Moochie, I'm passing the torch to you,
a woman ain't built for being a damn. Yeah.
I feel like she took advice from the wrong people.
Yep, she did.
She took advice from the wrong people.
Exactly.
Because I don't know. It's my opinion. It take a long time for gay men to settle down and be monogamous. They be doing little things where they all messing with each other.
Yep.
But I hope I didn't offend anybody. But I just feel like, you know, that's their thing, you know, and they don't have their feelings. They don't get things misconstrued unless they're knowingly in a committed relationship. I'll say it like that. Okay. And I just feel like she took the advice. She's young and she took her advice from the wrong people.
See, here's the part of the problem too, is that she's gonna be up there with this one guy. She's gonna be there with this one dude because she's already in her feelings with him, and it's gonna be out there smashing everybody he wants to. And everyone in the streets is gonna know that he's out there smashing everyone. She's gonna be embarrassed when people start coming to her and saying, do you know your dude's out there with so-and-so? Do you know your dude's out there with so-and-so? And when she gets ready to close the relationship, when she starts to say, I don't want to be in an open marriage anymore, you opened it up. Now, if he's not ready to close it back down, then what?
She probably bounce. She might bounce.
They opened the door to Pandora's box.
And you know what? I ain't never liked nobody named Pandora.
They are not mature enough. They are not mature enough.
Right.
They don't.
I agree.
They don't got it. Like he said, I fucked Dom, and she ran out, and we all in this whole calamity.
Right.
Like,
I'm still mad at how they wrote him telling on himself. How they did it. They should have talked more. They still haven't talked. They still haven't talked.
And Zia Latrice is saying that if they want to, if he doesn't want to close the marriage back down, that she'll just run and go over to Dante. The problem is Dante doesn't want her like that for the long. Dante doesn't want to be with her for the long term.
Dante was in it for the chase.
Well, how we know he want to have kids with her?
He doesn't want a relationship with her.
We don't know that.
He does not want a relationship with her.
He want to smash. He don't want her bringing another crybaby ass
this next episode coming.
All right.
He doesn't want a relationship with her. He was on the hunt, and now he captured his prey. He's gonna have fun like a cat, play with his prey for a while, and then he's gonna be done with it.
Right. Yeah, and that's what she's doing because she's saying that I'm gonna be fucking both of them. So it's obviously not what she wants. She just want to get better head from him.
Like I said earlier, hurt people hurt people.
If y'all want to see what's about to happen next episode, go check out my trailer review. We're to the last subject, and this one is going to start with Moochella. And then we'll be out of here, people, because y'all know I got a little baby female Thanos that snaps fingers. Snaps fingers. So here we go. Moochella. Last scene is as simple as this. My second favorite female character, No More, decide to come home with Duda for a nightcap. And it's just like, what in the hell? You know, I don't know what cologne he was wearing, but whatever he wearing, Jake must have been wearing the same thing. And next thing I know, now this is what I want to know, Moochie. Is he dry humping her? I mean, because he had his pants on. No. He had his pants. Moochie, he had his pants on. So he dry humping like he's still in sixth grade.
Come on now. Don't act like you ain't never did it without pulling your pants down.
Not as an adult. Not as an adult.
Maybe he couldn't wait to get to it.
Right.
Well, whatever he was doing, he couldn't wait to get to it. And next thing I know, Rosalind Perry walks in and says, y'all couldn't wait for me, whatever she said. And then
I didn't get an invite. That's what she said.
Then she started getting her tweet on, rubbing and feeling, ooh, I got to touch myself. Moochie, finish it off.
Okay. Didn't I tell y'all that it was going to be a threesome?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Now, you know she likes watching Roz. Roz likes watching. And then when she told her, I didn't get no invite, she stopped, was getting ready to check. And Zia Latrice, Lamont, can you highlight her comment, please? Zia Latrice is saying that she recorded this, Roz.
Right.
So do y'all think this is going to come back and bite him in the tail?
Yep.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
I don't think she recorded it though, but it's gonna come back to bite him though.
It'll
Who
happen
knows? When she came
sure,
in, she had a phone in her hand. She might have set that phone on the counter. And got it like on a little stand, like.
You remember they showed that. You remember they did a close up of her sitting her shit on the counter when she came.
That's what I'm saying. Look, see the phone is there. Oh, I don't know if you did you catch it, Lamont?
No, I don't see no phone.
Okay, Zaya said she had the phone on the couch. Okay, I'm wrong. But she had to put the phone down so she could, tickle the kitty. So anywho,
I think y'all are thinking more than the writers was on this one.
What? Yeah. She did. Okay.
I think y'all thinking more than the writers was on this one.
All right, Nita,
she put it down because she was about to start rubbing herself, and she needed 2 hands.
Like I said, she put the phone down to tickle the kitty.
But she's very calculated. I feel like Rose is
right, but she's not recording though. I don't think.
We don't know.
I'm gonna say she recorded.
I just want to put that bug in y'all ear. We don't know if it's gonna happen, but I put it in y'all ear.
If it don't go down tonight, it'll happen again, and she'll be prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So with me, I was just like, that girl Tracy, she was sealing the deal. She like, nigga, I'm trying to get this $5 million. What you talking about? So I'm just thinking like she was.
Man, this like, thing pissed me off.
He said, "I'm going for a nightcap." She said, "I'm coming with you." She had already had a conversation with Rose in episode 2, saying that she don't mind sharing, and
so they already established that
she is here on business. You know what I'm saying? She's here on business. Like she's not. But I think somebody that can watch their spouse have sex with another person is somewhat of a sociopath. So you need to watch those type people. And I
think that's how the thing happened with the assistant. Remember she was messing with the personal assistant, his secretary. Oh, wow. So we don't know if she gonna start messing with Tracy. Lamont really gonna be mad if that happened.
Oh, I done cut Tracy from the team.
You don't look. You done with Tracy, right? You done gave her the act.
Yeah. Act. J Mo, jump on in there. Then Larry, we coming
Jackson,
to you.
Lock and keys. There you go. Yeah.
I see the lock and keys.
I'm trying to ignore Stan Jackson comments. I saw you down there talking about lock and key. J Mo, jump on in there, my brother. Tell us why you mad about this scene.
Man, this shit made me so furious, and I'm gonna tell you why. My boy Rodney, for that ass, and you ain't giving no ass. I killed somebody for some of that big juicy ass. I got my brains blown out, and you gonna give this nigga some ass like that? Hell no. Ronnie needs to come back and haunt her ass. This dude that got his pop tops, she done forgot all about Ronnie. Brains got splattered right next to him, and she over here letting that big juicy ass all over doodah, letting it in front of somebody else. She couldn't even give like Ronnie none in secret, but she could give doodah some with an audience.
$5 million.
Man, Ronnie killed somebody for her son.
We got
$5 million.
Ronnie murdered somebody for her son.
$5 million.
Hey, Ronnie gonna be who's gonna haunt her ass.
And can we not forget
who haunting her ass in her dreams? That's what they gonna have to do. This gonna be a totally different show. It's already in season 1 and 2 is like this is like a spinoff from season 1 and 2. Season 4 is gonna be like The Haunting. Okay, and while y'all get the shy,
while y'all talking about
that ass, boy.
When we say, Larry, I'm coming to you, but when we say they putting on for an audience and y'all talking about Rosalind Perry looking, what about the whole damn city of Chicago? Whoever standing at some mirror desperate, looking all across trying to see who doing it in front of these clouds. Larry, finish us off, my brother.
Yeah, I don't like this for Tracy because let's not forget, Tracy is still basically just a poor hood girl. And these are two very wealthy people and politically powerful people. And it's a dangerous situation for her because they can just cast her aside whenever they're ready. and she will have no recourse. And this idea that she's up there sealing a deal for $5 million, let's not forget that's not $5 million that's going to her. This is an organization that she may control some of the funds for, but it's not like he's depositing $5 million in her bank account where she can go buy a house and car and new clothes. I mean, this is an organization that's already employing many people out there that already have a lot of volunteers, and they're trying to expand. So I mean, honestly, when you think about the Chicago Police Department has a $1.7 billion annual budget, and he gave her $5 million to help police the South Side of Chicago. That's nothing. That doesn't even cover a single day's worth of policing for the Chicago Police Department. So, I mean, she just needs to be really, really careful with this. I know she's having fun. I'm sure dude is an attractive man to her. She's obviously an attractive woman, but it's a dangerous situation when you come from nothing and you start dealing with people with wealth and power, because they will use you and then throw you away like you were garbage.
And that is the damn truth, because I've been subject to that. That is the truth. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
remember what you call his baby father too. Remember, he's a gangster too.
Yep. Well,
he might come back and make a visit.
It's been fun. It's been real.
A Black Widow, because every man that we done seen her with got shot or killed.
Except for the baby daddy.
Father, Ronnie.
He didn't die.
Son.
We will be back tomorrow.
Yes, he is.
Me, Larry, and Moochella, and possibly Nita the Diva. If y'all want to continue to see,
Nita the Diva.
Y'all want to continue to see Larry take on two women, because I just moderate. Every now and then I'll throw a jab in there. Come back tomorrow at 9 p.m. when we do Run the World. And that's going to do it for this video.
I'm going to keep it going tonight if y'all want to talk about the...
We'll be over there.
Yeah.
J-Mo about to have y'all
I'm going to still talk a little bit tonight if y'all want to come on through.
Come check out J-Mo, but check us back out tomorrow. And we'll be back then. We'll see y'all.
See y'all tomorrow.
Peace, y'all.